guys, I'm Allie. Today we're going to do a culture lesson about how we celebrate Halloween in the United States with 7 common traditions. Halloween is one of the biggest holidays that we have, and in my opinion, it's the funnest. Just last year, US citizens spent $9 billion for Halloween. That's how big it is in our country. Let me know where you're from and if you celebrate Halloween in your country or if you guys have these same traditions. So what is Halloween? It originated as the festival of Samhain in Europe, where people believed that ghosts would return to Earth, so they dressed up in costumes to scare away ghosts. However, it's evolved over time, and now it's really just an excuse to eat candy and get drunk, which I really feel like is the heart of United States culture. So let's talk about 7 traditions that we have. The first is dressing up in costumes. Dressing up. Some people wear spooky costumes like witches or zombies. Spooky is a really common word that we use for Halloween. It means scary, but it sounds sillier. But a lot of people get very creative and funny with their costumes. It's about going all out. Going all out. To go all out means you're doing everything you can. You're doing the most. Maybe too much. Sometimes there are costume contests which inspires people to be more creative with their costumes. The next tradition is haunted or scary events that people go to in October, like haunted corn mazes, haunted trails, haunted houses, haunted forests. With haunted corn mazes, you walk through a corn maze at night and you can't see over the corn field. Hey, I don't know what it is. And there are hired actors who walk around with scary masks and they follow you, and some of them have chainsaws and they follow you going "Grr, grr, grr." It's honestly really scary because you start wondering, what if this guy doesn't even work here and he just escaped an institution and he's about to kill me? There are also haunted houses that people pay to go to and ghost tours. There are some cities like in New York that have Halloween parades. And some theme parks like Universal Studios and Disneyland change the park to have a Halloween theme around this time of year. The next tradition is trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating, this is a verb, to trick or treat. On the night of October 31st, kids go from door to door asking for candy and putting candy in their bags. This is not something that some kids do. This is very common. I feel like everyone trick-or-treats, except there are some very religious people who believe that Halloween is the devil and they don't let their kids go trick-or-treating. But a lot of Christians do celebrate Halloween. So normally kids go trick-or-treating in groups of friends with some of their parents. You usually choose one neighborhood and go to all of the houses there, and then you can drive to another neighborhood. And the way you do it is you go to the door with your friends, you ring the doorbell, ding dong, and then the person in the house opens the door, usually wearing a costume, and all of the kids yell, "Trick or treat!" And the person in the house has a bowl of candy and they give a piece of candy to each kid. Some people just leave a bowl of candy on the front porch with a sign that says "Take one." And if you're like me when I was a kid, you take a little extra. You could take a few. Make sure nobody's looking. So if someone is not going to give out candy, they turn off the house lights at night on Halloween, so the kids know not to go to that house. I think it's socially acceptable to trick or treat until about age 12, 13, and it's debatable if teenagers should be trick or treating. I did it for a long time because I wanted candy. The next tradition is decorations. People decorate inside their houses and more often outside their houses with Halloween things like bats, ghosts, spider webs, fake spiders. And there are always some people who take it really far. They take it really far and they turn their house into basically a haunted house with fake dead bodies in the yard, light shows, music. There are some videos on YouTube of some houses that put up a lot of decorations. So I'm going to put some links in the description to some of those videos so you can see how crazy some people get. The next tradition is Halloween parties. There are always parties happening on the weekend before and after Halloween. When I was a kid, my friend had a Halloween party every year at his house with tons of decorations, music, there was a fog machine, decorative food, and sometimes there were games like bobbing for apples, which is a horrible tradition where you have apples in a bucket of water and you have to stick your head in the water and try to get the apple in your mouth. It's stupid, and I don't know why we do that. Young adults have Halloween parties with decorations as well, and they dress up, get really drunk, sometimes eat Halloween candy, and that's it. And take pictures with their costumes. Next, we have Halloween movies. This really sets the tone for the Halloween season. Halloween is just one day, but it's really a season that we celebrate throughout October. People start watching these movies at the beginning of October, and a lot of cable channels have Halloween movie marathons where they play one spooky movie every night in October. There are classic family-friendly Halloween movies like Casper, Halloween Town, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and my favorite, Hocus Pocus. And I'm interested to know if these movies are popular in other countries too, so let me know if you've seen these. There are also horror movies like Halloween, Scream. I don't watch those because they scare me. We also have pumpkin carving, where people buy pumpkins and then carve a face into the pumpkin. And you can put a light or a candle inside the pumpkin, and we call that a jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern. Some people get creative with their jack-o'-lanterns. And there are so many little activities you can get too. Like my nephew has a spooky gingerbread house that he built that has ghosts on it. To me, Halloween feels less materialistic than Christmas. The spirit of Halloween has always been creativity, having fun, making creative costumes, and giving kids candy. I mean, that doesn't sound great, but it's just a special treat one day out of the year. Let me know if you like these types of videos about culture and traditions that we have in the United States. And if you liked this video, check out my other videos so you can learn English with videos in English. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!